Test, test. Hello there, friends. Test, test. Slapshot regatta with the confirmation. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hello, everybody. I hope you are all well. It's been a while. Hello. Just, popping on here to see if I remember how to do this. Also, I'm testing out a few new things, new software. They do some things differently than I remember the last version that I used, and so I'm trying to remind myself what's up. So I don't really have I don't have a lot of things to commune with tonight. I just wanted to say hello and see if the stuff all still works. Zachary Russell is in the chat. Hello. Good evening, morning, whatever you have there. WLF 1673. Hello. Hope you're still there. I hope everyone has been doing okay. Hey, Geek Filter, good to see you. We're just on for a few minutes tonight. I'm trying to test out a few things. If anybody is listening closely in headphones and could let me know if you're hearing any distortion, I'm resetting all of my gain staging between the microphone and the laptop and just checking for distortion, overdrive type sounds. I'll hear it on the playback, but if any of you guys are hearing that, just let me know and I'll try to make some adjustments on the fly. My trusty old mid-line laptop that it's kind of the family laptop that we did the business of the house on, paid bills and all that kind of stuff. And I edited all the Gaslamp videos on this machine. You know, it was a store-bought or whatever, laptop that had a lot of bloatware on it, and it just got slower and slower and slower, and I finally did a clean Windows install on it. Never done one of those before, but did the research and figured it out, and really brought it back to life. It's performing much, much better, like it did in who knows, 2018 or whenever it was. So I reinstalled OBS, and with the laptop kind of coming back to life, it makes it easier to do this kind of spontaneous stream kind of situation again without worrying about whether it was going to keep up or crash in the middle and things like that. So that's one thing that's changed, and the new version of OBS is a little bit different. So I'm just kind of swimming in some only half familiar waters right now. But Geek Filter talking about OBS. Yeah, it's interesting to see that you can manage, you can create new broadcasts and manage them right from OBS if you're logged into your YouTube account. So you don't need to generate a stream key and then bring that over to OBS and kind of have both running at the same time. So that's kind of cool. Wolf. I find myself wanting to call you Wolf with a WLF. Listening on the Sony headphones. Very good. Thank you. Cool. It's so good to see a few folks here. I didn't know if the algorithm would even show this to anybody after all this time. Geek Filter blocked out stream keys. I never had a problem with stream keys. It always seemed, I mean, if OBS is not really integrated, it makes sense that you would need to have a magic decoder ring to tell OBS to where to send the video, out into the universe. But it's pretty cool that I can do it all right from OBS. I'm not even running a web browser. And with an older laptop, even though it's got a clean install, the fewer things, the fewer programs I can be running, the better. Bowie 700, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Oh, I gotcha, Geek Filter. It's good to see the new folks here. Like I said, this is just kind of a tech test. If this all works out, I will hopefully get. Well, I don't want to. Sometimes I don't know what to say. I hate to overpromise. I know the life's kind of got in the way the last couple of years. But I do have this this little hand-thrown cup or bowl. I probably had it on here before. It actually kind of matches the color of this shirt I'm wearing, doesn't it? I always like the sound this thing makes when, just by handling it, the skin on pottery sound that this thing makes is really nice. Yeah, I've really missed you folks. It's so cool to, after all these years, to see an occasional comment on a video and things like that. I still try to answer comments. I know I'm not as quick sometimes, but it's crazy that you guys are still spinning some of those videos after all these years. It's pretty neat. Hey, listening to the record album video, I've been wanting to do a, one of the stream ideas I have in mind is another vinyl browsing video, like a top 10, but a very strange top 10. very early this year in February or March, I cataloged all of my albums on this online, this web-based website called Discogs. So you can create an account there and upload your music collection. I was feeling at the time that I didn't, as a person gets older, I've got kids, but the kids aren't really into the same stuff that I'm into. And I thought, if the time comes that I'm not around anymore and there's 500 albums in crates in the closets and things like that, what are they going to do with that stuff? And are they even going to know what any of it is? So I thought, well, why don't I at least catalog them, and then someday they can log into that website and at least kind of have an idea of what all that stuff is. So I did that in February or March. And I've got the paintbrush pointer here. But they also, you can buy and sell albums on this site. And so, since you can buy and sell albums on the site, there's all sorts of sales data that's available to you, including, sales data from the last 2 years of sales of the same albums that you own. So you can look at your collection and filter it by things like median price. The median price of the last 2 years of selling transactions on that website. So it's interesting to sort the collection on median price from highest to lowest, and look at what the top 10 albums are from the perspective of median price. And the fun thing about that is that when you group them by median price, what you get is an odd, random collection of 10 titles that have absolutely nothing to do with each other otherwise, right? There's no theme. There's no connection. They're not even, frankly, looking at my top 10, there's not even there's a bunch of albums in there I never even listened to. A few of them I don't even remember buying. But it makes for an interesting list of 10 albums to do a browsing video on. So I'd like to set up this stream with the downward facing camera again, like I've done before. And look at the top 10 albums from my collection based on median price. I think that would be interesting, or perhaps not at all interesting way to pick 10 pieces of vinyl to browse through. And we should set an expectation now. I do not own any crazy, rare, high collectible stuff. So you're not going to see any crazy stuff, but there's definitely some stuff in there that I would not think would be very valuable to anybody. Let's put it that way. So I'd still like to do a stream on that. I'd still like to do my antique postcard stream that I never quite got around to putting together. The thing I was trying to accomplish with that postcard stream was I wanted to on the postcards where I could pull some identifying information about the person who wrote the card. I was trying to find those people on findagrave.com and places like that. So hopefully we could, after reading the cards, we could maybe learn something else about the kind of life they led for the decades after those postcards were sent, Yeah, Geek Filter, the yearbook video. That's exactly right. There's, and I think I may have done that with a few of those people, but in the yearbook, but didn't end up using any of that information. It's like a year ago or something, I was actually looking around on eBay for another yearbook to do another video with 100-year, whatever graduating class would have been 100 years old this year. It's fun to look on eBay for yearbooks, because you can find, if you're lucky, you find the yearbooks with a ton of inscriptions, lots of writing in them. A lot of personality comes through in those folks that, or those notes that 18-year-olds write to each other when they're right on the cusp of closing one big life chapter and opening a new one. Those fascinating things about them is who they were. You're right about that, Wolf. Looked up the school to see how it had changed. So the school's still there? That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'd like to do another yearbook video, postcard video, top 10 vinyl in the stream format. It's been a weird year, though. It's really think the name change was a few years since you looked them up. That's really cool, though. I mean, so many schools consolidate and aren't around anymore. Let's see. None of the elementary schools that I went to are around anymore. And neither is my middle school. My high school building is technically still there, but it's been so fundamentally remodeled that I had occasion to be in that building again a couple of years ago, and I'm very visually oriented. My memories are visually triggered, and the inside of that building has been so overhauled and modernized that I walk through it and I get nothing. I have no connection to the place. It's so strange. Thanks for the comment about the watches. I actually don't think I have expanded the watch collection. I've been wearing this ugly Garmin so much because I've been doing some health monitoring things lately, and I've gotten so accustomed to gathering the health data. I'm loath to wear an automatic for any length of time because I'm going to miss some data that I'm trying to gather, which is that's not a healthy relationship with that data, by the way. I'm waiting for Garmin to come out with their own version of a little smart ring that can do the health monitoring instead of wearing a whole watch, and so I can get back to my automatics. Geek Filter's high school was bulldozed 4 years ago. What replaced it looked really cheap. So did they bulldoze it and build another school in the same site? Yeah, it was really strange being on the site of my old high school, but not be able to discern any visual connection. I think the auditorium is pretty much the only place in the building that they left somewhat intact. Everything around it might as well be a new school. It's crazy. I really like this. I really like this cup. I like the randomness and the splotchiness of this glaze. I like earthy colors and splotchy, artisan kind of looking vibe. My mom worked in ceramics, but she did slip cast ceramics with molds, not thrown ceramics on a wheel. But anything made of ceramics or made of pottery still kind of reminds me of Mom. Remember these little plastic beads. Thanks, Geek Filter. Yeah, the ceramic chess set. I still have a few fragments of memories of painting that for a high school project. JDHRTL says hello. Hello there. Good to see you. We're just hanging out for a few minutes, testing out some technical stuff. So just a short little visit tonight. Actually, I'm going to click to another tab in OBS and see. Okay. Cool. The thing about that vinyl stream idea is I'm going to have to figure out a way to manage my light source here so that we see something other than glare coming off the covers. I'm going to have to work some angles or something like that to try to figure out how I do that. But it looks like everything's working okay. Thanks, Bowie. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, we're gonna try. Yeah, that's a good point. Hey there, Chris. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Just a short visit tonight, testing out some things. I'm glad you were able to hang out for a minute. Well, this seems to be working out okay. I think I'm digging the improvements they made in OBS. I'll take frankly anything that makes stuff a little easier. I don't know, what else do we have up here? You know, I haven't really been I'll be honest, I haven't really been consuming a lot of ASMR lately. I was having some sleep issues that I was trying to get to the bottom of, and I ended up I ended up stopping all looking at electronics in the bedroom. And, you know, that was a very common place and time of day for me to watch some ASMR before I went to bed. So when I stopped doing that, I really lost touch with a lot of the creators that I was following and, new people that were coming up. So when I get in there now, a lot of my old favorites are still at it, but there's a ton of new names. I remember this wrapper being really hard to control. But a lot of new names and a lot of there just seems to be a lot of content out there. I thought there was a lot before. So I am I'm really out of touch with what's going on out there. Few people went dormant and have come back recently. I gotta check to see if Dimitri from Australia, is he still out there doing stuff? Or what was this channel? Censor Addy, I think, from Poland, I thought. Oh, Dimitri's back? Oh, I gotta check that out. Cool, cool. I really like the sound of this wrapper, but it is really hard to deal with. I don't have the silver soap wrapper approach that, or technique that Dimitri does, obviously. Well, cool. Well, listen, folks, I'm gonna, like I said, I just wanted to do a quick test tonight, and I hoped that some of you would stumble upon this and come in and say hi, and I really appreciate that you have. I'm going to watch this back and make some adjustments and see if I can't make some movement towards getting one of the normal length streams together, hopefully on one of those topics that I mentioned earlier, or maybe just a longer, more settled hangout stream. Frankly, I've been in America, we had our Thanksgiving holiday in late November, And and the notion of giving intentional thanks for the things that we have that are worthy of such, even if it's just one thing, that's been really on my mind lately. My 2024 was a really good year for me and my family, and 2025 has really kind of sucked. Just a lot of things upon things upon things, and I'm kind of a worrier by nature, and when the people around me are struggling, it's just hard. You worry about the people you care about, and you want things to be better. So, and when there's just kind of a pile of things upon things, you start, all you're thinking about are those things that you're worried about, and you can get into a trap of forgetting about the things that we still have that we should hold close. There are always some good things floating around out there, and I know I'm guilty of letting sometimes the struggles and the worries and things like that fill the available space and keep my mind away from the good stuff. And I really wanted to kind of have a giving of thanks stream, have that be a theme where we talk about things that we're thankful for, and then, hopefully people can continue that in the comments after the stream is posted, and we could talk about, celebrate the good things that are still going on, even if they're small little daily wins and the things we just kind of blow past and ignore. It'd be nice to have a stream where we don't blow past that stuff for a change, and we just kind of celebrate with each other. I think I could use something like that. Maybe other people could use something like that. Maybe we could all use something like that. Susan, hey there. Love all your map and book videos. Thank you. Hope you have plans to make new content. Thanks for being here, Susan. I am actually trying to do some more streams. I've been working on my laptop and making it better and testing out some new software tonight, so Geek Filter, this years has been rough for a lot of people. Yeah, can only speak for my small corner of the universe, but I you know how it is. I mean, there's no real difference between December 31st and January 1st, but I tell you, I'm throwing my lot in with the metaphorical, out with the old, in with the new kind of vibe with the new year. Not from a resolution point of view, but I really need to get 2025 in my rearview mirror, That really needs to happen. So yeah, I'd kind of like to do a giving of thanks themed stream. If you guys would be down with that, I think, and then we can, make some sounds along the way, and hopefully have a good evening doing that. It is really cool to see all of you here. If I'm able to plan the next one, I'll try to remember to set up the broadcast with a day's notice or something, so the thumbnail event will be out there and people can hopefully see it in advance. A reset, yep. Geek Filter, we need a reset button, I'm afraid. I'm very much in need of a reset button. Maybe that'll be the name of the that'll be the name of the stream, I think. The reset button. Susan's in. If Susan's in, we're all in. We're going to do it. Okay, everybody. Thanks for stopping in briefly. I'm going to make some notes, and hopefully we'll be back with you all soon, okay? Everybody have a great day ahead of them. Good weekend. Be careful if you're in a part of the world that is going to get cold this weekend. I know I'm in that club right now, so. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon, okay? Everybody take care. We'll see you.